Hi, Ron McCoy here, the real me, to talk to you daily about things I'm thinking about, and I'm going to make an effort to upload a video every single day, whether anyone watches them or not. And I've been thinking today while I was at work, I work at Ross, about appreciation. Do you feel like you are truly appreciated? In my situation, I don't really truly feel appreciated. And in my own humble opinion, the Ross store where I work definitely needs me more and more each day, it seems, but I don't feel like I'm truly appreciated. First of all, I'm there on time every single day, which the people with whom I work, not everyone can claim that. There are some at the place where I work who are always there on time. I am one of those people. And I do what I need to do, whether anyone needs to tell me that or not. But I don't really truly feel appreciated. There is an obligatory, we appreciate you, but I have a feeling that the people who say that learned that at some kind of a manager training somewhere. Anyway, I haven't felt appreciated at Ross, but that's just me probably. I know that I am needed there. This time of year, I wasn't expecting to miss teaching, and I am kind of missing teaching right now, one particular aspect of teaching, and that particular aspect of teaching is the setting up of my classroom. Because for the first time in 40 years, I am not setting up a classroom. In case you don't know me, I was a teacher from 1985 through the first part of my 40th year of teaching, which transpired a year ago. So technically, 40 times I set up a classroom. If you count summer school, which I did, I think for 28 times, it's probably more than that, 29 times. And then I also did Camp Invention for 6 years. We'll say 29 times plus 40, that's 69 times plus 6 for Camp Invention. That's 75 times I set up a classroom. And this is the first time I'm not setting up a classroom. Instead, I'm going around and rearranging each of the rooms of my house as kind of a way to get past that. Also at Ross a couple of days ago, some people that I work with had stacked some storage containers in a kind of a strange place. And I asked my manager, are you okay with the way they stacked those? And he said, no, they're brown tags. They need to go to a special section of the store. And so I said, okay, I'll take care of it. You don't need to do it. I will take care of that. So I went ahead and did what I needed to do. And then I went over and reported to him he apparently was starting to set it up. I reported for duty, and I was the one then who was designated to set up this new section. It's called seasonal. Seasonal was already set up with Halloween, but not with storage containers. Oh my gosh, I relished every moment of being able to organize those containers. I rearranged the Halloween decorations and so forth. Yes, we have Halloween decorations out so far, but I'm kind of getting used to it. So I love doing that. So that gave me kind of an outlet for my creative organization. And I've been doing the same thing in my house as well, organizing things. And as a matter of fact, in this job at Ross, every day, I get to practice organizing things, which I really love. Speaking of my job at Ross, I was haunted on Monday. No, it was Tuesday. No, I guess it was Monday. I was haunted on Monday by a specter from my past. It's someone I worked with most recently in my former school where I taught 5th grade. Someone who was always seemingly conspiring against me. She's a special education teacher. I made a series of videos, 31 of them, detailing all of the things that happened to me at my former school. And I poked fun at people, and she was one of those people. Not that I put anything that was inaccurate in the video, but apparently she did not like what I had to say about her. So she walked into the store. I was up front. I had worked in the cash office, accounting for money from the previous day and setting up the new tills and so forth. And I looked up and I see this woman. I called her Stella Stump in those videos. That's not her real name, although those are her initials. And I said, "Welcome to Ross." "Well, hello, Stella Stump." The reaction she gave me, if I had been a candle, I would have been melted, because she said, "No, no, Ron, no." And she just kept on walking. So apparently she hasn't forgiven me for revealing the truth behind how much she complained in her job and how whiny she was, and how really, well, how self-important she thought she was and so forth. So it kind of hit me funny because, I've moved on. I've gotten past it. I have forgiven her for the way she treated me and how she basically backstabbed me as a classroom teacher. She would say one thing to me, and then she would say something else to my principal. And I've moved on. A similar situation happened to me right after New Year's, when I think it was New Year's Day, 2025. I was at Walmart, and one of the two secretaries, the paraprofessional secretary, was in the store. And I saw her and walked past her, her husband, and I think it was her daughter. And I thought she saw me, and I thought, well, maybe she didn't, and I just kept right on walking. And later, as I was up in the front area of the store, I saw her husband, and her child walking toward me, and her husband turned to her and looked at me and looked at her like he was warning her that I was coming. And I walked right past her and I greeted her as in a friendly way and everything. And she was not nice. She was not very friendly toward me. She was the paraprofessional that I parodied, well, I don't know what the word is, parodied in one of the videos, because she was always calling my classroom with one, in my opinion, insignificant thing or another. Here I'm trying to teach and keep the kids' attention and everything, and that phone is ringing constantly with little ridiculous things like so-and-so left his or her lunch at home and mom has delivered it, and would you please let that person know, and that student know, and so forth. And I did a parody of that in the video, and apparently that offended her as well. I offended her. It was during COVID time. She did like a graduation video where each of the students' pictures were in the video. And one teacher with whom I taught left some of her students' pictures out of it. So that teacher sent those pictures to me, and I included those in this office paraprofessional's video, and somehow blocked out some students' videos. I don't know, and there were parents who were not happy about that. And this paraprofessional treated me as if I had done it on purpose, did not speak to me, wouldn't even look at me. We had this, it was during, like I say, it was during COVID times, and we were going to drive through the neighborhoods of the students who attended my school. And I saw her in the parking lot as we were getting the cars all organized. She wouldn't even look at me. Why is it some people do that? How can you be that offended? People do things to me all the time, but I realize they're people, and people make mistakes. So, is that person perfect? Is Stella Stump perfect? I mean, heavens no, I dealt with her for years. All the backstabbing, and she did the exact same thing to a teacher who just retired in 2024. would walk into that teacher's room and then go and report what she saw to our principal, who also couldn't be trusted. There's a lot of details about that person in my videos as well. But even that principal who plotted against me and was conspiring with a parent in my class for a girl who apparently was scared to come to my room because she was afraid she wouldn't get to drink from her water bottle or something equally inane. And this principal was working behind the scenes that I didn't know about and did not tell me about it. And it had happened before with a previous principal, so I'm sure that's the role model that my previous principal was following. Nevertheless, if I were to see my previous principal at Ross, I would greet her with the same enthusiasm that I greeted that special education teacher. I mean, things happen. You have to move on. And I'm going to continue to move on, and I'm going to continue to record one of these real moment videos. It's the real me every single day. And you can watch them if you want to. You can ignore it if you want to. I have this motto that the best is yet to come. See you tomorrow.